People called it an ordinary Thursday on Pacifica Airways Flight 562, LAX to JFK, until a single sentence split the hush of first class like glass shattering on tile. People like you don't just wander into seat 1C, flight attendant Jacob Stone, tall, tidy, white, 40, declared, voice pitched to reach the cabin walls. Eyes swung toward the black woman settling her laptop bag beneath the seat. She wore a linen blazer, vintage leather sneakers, and the calm of someone who had purchased comfort long before boarding. Monica Grant, 45, lifted her gaze. Years of boardrooms had honed her expression into velvet over steel. I have my boarding pass, she answered, soft but clear. The cabin's champagne-tinted quiet vibrated. 2 rows back, Diana Chun, Asian-American lifestyle vlogger with 3 million followers, stopped editing footage and began streaming. Across the aisle, Isaac Thompson, a civil rights attorney whose baritone could steady juries, slid his phone into record mode. Beside him sat Kendra Johnson, a medical resident who had sold her car for this single first-class trip home. Her stomach tightened at Jacob's tone. Jacob's brow furrowed. Counterfeit passes show up every week. I need proof you bought that ticket with your own card. I did, Monica said. Scan it. I decide what's sufficient, he replied, glancing at Brianna Coleman, the junior attendant eager to mimic his authority. She nodded, worry pinching her brow. Eli Rodriguez, the stocky Latino purser hauling linen from the galley, overheard the exchange and paused. His job was service, yet his conscience jabbed. This wasn't service at all. Before he could speak, Jacob added loudly, security will escort anyone who refuses standard verification. Phones lifted like periscopes. Diana's viewer count leapt past 30K. A white businessman in 2A whispered, this is going viral. Monica produced her phone, QR code glowing. Jacob glanced, 1 heartbeat, 2, and dismissed it with a wave. Could be doctored. Who's your employer? I work in aeronautics management, she replied. How convenient, Jacob scoffed, implying fabrication. Eli stepped in. I'll run the scan through the tablet. Jacob's jaw clenched. Stay in your lane, Rodriguez. Diana narrated to her chat. Male attendant profiling black woman in first class. Let's see where this goes. Viewers spammed airplane emojis and fire. Isaac cleared his throat. Sir, he told Jacob, she's offered an ID and boarding pass. Any further demand looks like discriminatory treatment. Jacob shot him a glare. Legal threats won't intimidate me. Monica felt the old memory surface. 22, economy seat denied because a clerk decided her college ID looked fake. She had slept on a floor in O'Hare and promised herself that night she would build something no clerk could ignore. She had kept that promise. She now owned 61% of Pacifica's parent company. But power and used rots. She reminded herself, and she wasn't ready, yet, to unsheath it. Jacob turned to Brianna. Call ground security. Brianna hesitated. Eli's eyes pleaded with her. Still, she tapped her radio. 1 row back, Michelle Ruiz, Latina aviation journalist, typed furious notes. Asterisk possible civil rights nightmare unfolding on Flight 562. Diana's stream hit 80K. Chat. If this makes your blood boil, share it, she urged. Captain Samuel Foster's voice crackled from the cockpit. Cabin crew. Report delay reason ASAP. Jacob pressed his mic. Minor verification issue with passenger 1C. Does passenger have boarding pass? Yes, but circumstances are irregular, Jacob said. Define irregular, the captain prodded. Jacob hesitated. She doesn't match typical first-class demographic. Silence hardened to granite. Phones captured the words. Kendra whispered. He said the quiet part. Isaac murmured. Open and shut, Title 7. At 2A, white investor Robert Hayes muttered. This'll cost them billions. Monica sent a text. Code Amber. In a downtown LA tower, Ryan Anderson, her chief of staff, saw the alert and opened Pacifica's sentiment dashboard. The hashtag seat 1C surged. He called Lucia Ramirez, Pacifica's CEO. We've got a live incident. Back on board, security supervisor Carla Mendez climbed the aisle. She studied Monica's calm, Jacob's flaring nostrils, and the sea of cameras. Ma'am, may I rescan your pass? Please, Monica said. Carla's scanner chirped. Valid. First class 1C, Platinum Elite. She's cleared, Carla announced. No further action. Jacob snapped. I haven't cleared her. Carla's brows shot up. My authority outranks yours on security matters. Brianna's radio ticked. Viewer count passed 150K, Diana whispered to her lens, and the airline's still digging. Jacob, cornered, blurted. People like her manipulate systems. His voice echoed. Gasps scattered. Kendra felt tears sting. Isaac stood. That is racial bias, documented by 200 witnesses, he declared. Monica raised her phone again. Second text. Code Crimson. Ryan's dashboard bled red. Lucia patched in Pacifica's chair. Andrew Foster. No relation to the captain. Within seconds, the corporate war room spun up. On board, Jacob doubled down. Brianna, have her removed. Carla blocked the aisle. I won't violate federal law for your prejudice. Eli exhaled relief. He'd found an ally. Diana's stream crossed 300K. Chat exploded. Call him out. Monica stood, smoothing her blazer. Calm electricity rippled off her. She dialed, speaker on. The cabin hushed. Andrew, she said. Andrew Foster's baritone filled row to row. Monica, we're watching the feed. Are you safe? I am. But Flight 562 isn't, she replied. Jacob's face drained. Andrew Foster, as in. The board chair, Isaac supplied. Andrew continued. Mr. Stone, why are you detaining our majority shareholder? Brianna gasped. Jacob staggered. Majority shareholder? Monica's polite smile never wavered. I bought this airline so customers wouldn't endure what I once did. Seems we still have work. Andrew's verdict. Implement grant protocol, phase 1. Lucia's voice layered in. Effective immediately, Jacob Stone is suspended. Passenger advocacy lead empowered to override. Eli straightened. That title was now his. Jacob sputtered. You can't replace procedure on a whim. Monica met his gaze. Procedure never outranks principle. Diana announced to 500K viewers. Folks, owner just fired the attendant mid-flight. Applause emoji scrolled. Yet Monica wasn't done. Andrew, phase 2. Andrew hesitated. That exposes everything company-wide. Transparency heals faster than bandages, she said. Captain Samuel's trembling voice broke in. Miss Grant, cockpit awaits guidance. Captain, taxi back to gate. We owe witnesses debrief and compensation. Acknowledged, he said, grateful and ruined. He knew inaction had costs. Jacob slumped into the jump seat, eyes wet, realizing the live world was his jury. Brianna, shaking, whispered to Monica, I'm sorry. I followed, I didn't think. Thinking step 1. Courage is step 2, Monica replied softly. Brianna nodded, resolve igniting. The jet rolled to the gate. LAPD and FAA agents waited. Carla escorted Jacob off. Cameras followed. Diana's stream peaked at 820K. Isaac announced class action hotlines. Michelle filed breaking news. Black female owner profiled on her own airline. Monica addressed passengers. Every recording you took is evidence and education. Share it. Today bias costs someone a career. Tomorrow it will cost none of us our dignity. Applause thundered. Eli's eyes glistened. He felt history arc. Kendra exhaled, lighter. Robert Hayes shook Monica's hand, muttering, investing more in your stock first thing tomorrow. Outside, press lights flashed. Ryan issued Pacifica's statement. Public apology, immediate mandatory bias intervention training, passenger advocacy roles on every flight, and third-party oversight, the full grant protocol. 2 months later, discrimination complaints in U.S. aviation fell 70% as rival carriers copied the model. Diana's documentary Seat 1C hit 10 million views, assigned in college ethics courses. Isaac argued the Flight 562 precedent before the Ninth Circuit. Carla headed Pacifica's new integrity division. Brianna toured orientation centers teaching how not to Jacob. On a mellow autumn morning, Monica strolled through LAX Terminal C, where Pacifica unveiled the Courage Atrium. Interactive screens streaming real-time passenger compliments and bias reports alike. At the ribbon cutting she spoke. Justice isn't a department, it's a daily practice. Here's the lesson Flight 562 taught us. Silence is permission, cameras are catalysts, and power unused is power wasted. Next time you witness prejudice in Seat 1C or Seat 32E, remember you're holding the strongest tool we have, voice. Applause rolled through steel and glass. Somewhere a phone began to stream.